Hi, Dan here. Welcome to the Yoga Shed. This is Stella. She'll calm down in a minute or two. We're going to do a little gentle yoga flow today, and sort of a mixture of poses. So have a mat. Not going to use any props. If you do need a prop or want a prop, make use of any props that you find particularly useful. And we're going to start coming into a seated pose. Just sit down. Comfortable cross-legged pose or any other seated pose that you like. Kind of rock back and forth. Find your sitting bones. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. And just take a moment and notice how you were breathing before I asked you to notice how you were breathing. And just notice, is it shallow? Maybe you've been busy. Just kind of notice what your lungs are doing. How are you breathing? Is your diaphragm moving? And just as you're doing that, settle in. Keep the eyes closed. Take a big inhale, lift up, pressing the sitting bones into the floor, lengthening the spine all the way through the crown of the head. And let it out. Through the mouth or nose, either way. And continue just taking a nice rounds of breath. Long inhales. And then as you exhale, letting the exhale match the length of your inhale. So we're starting to just develop a pattern here. A nice, steady, even breath. We're going to maintain this kind of a steady breath pretty much throughout the whole practice. So as you transition into this yoga session, really start to focus on nice, long inhales. Feel the diaphragm pressing down. As you exhale, the diaphragm comes back up, pressing the air out of your lungs. One more round of breath. And bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a moment here and bring an intention for your practice today. Whatever that intention may be. And then lower your hands back to your thighs. Take one or two more rounds of breath here. And then gently open your eyes and relax. Now, we are going to start standing up and rather than doing a full round of sun salutations to start, we're going to do a little bit of a breakdown of the sun salutations. So we're going to do 5 repetitions of each of the main sections of a sun salutation. It helps minimize the amount of up and down. So start by coming to a standing position. Have your feet parallel. You can even have your toes together and your heels slightly apart, whichever feels more comfortable for you. Bring lots of attention into your feet. Lift your toes up. Feel the 4 corners of your feet pressing down as you lift those toes up. Really press the bottom of the feet into the mat. Soften your toes, let the toes come back down. But keep the focus on those 4 corners of the feet. And then we're going to do just a series of 5 forward folds. So you're going to inhale up. And then as you exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale all the way back up. And release the arms back to your sides. And again, inhale the arms up. As you exhale, fold at the waist, bend the knees a bit. Letting the hands come all the way down as far as they will, letting the head drop. Keeping the knees soft, whatever you need here. Inhale all the way back up, arms come up. Back to Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees a little bit, softening down, letting the body hang. Inhale all the way back up. And back to Tadasana. Again, inhale up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale all the way back up. Back to Tadasana. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale all the way back up. And back to mountain pose or Tadasana. Now, this time we're going to inhale the arms up, forward fold, just like last time. This time you're going to come up to a flat back. So you come up part way, come up high enough that you feel like your back is as flat as you can make it here. Chest is lifting. Exhale, forward fold all the way down again. Inhale all the way back up. Back to Tadasana. Again, inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, folding at the waist, coming down. Inhale up to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. And back to Tadasana. We're going to do 3 more. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And back to Tadasana. Again, inhale up. Forward fold. Come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And back to Tadasana. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. And back to Tadasana. Alright, this time, a little more work. We're going to have to go all the way down to the mat. Follow along. Inhale up. Exhale all the way down. Inhale to a flat back. This time you're going to exhale, bending your knees, bringing your hands to the mat. Step to plank. Now, from plank you can come back 2 ways. You can step back to plank on an inhale, come to a flat back, forward fold, inhale all the way back up. Exhale back to Tadasana. Inhale up, we'll do differently this time. Forward fold, come to a flat back. Again, bend your knees, plant your hands, step to plank. And the other way to come out will be to come, lift the hips up, walk the hands back to the feet. Inhale to a flat back. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And back back to Tadasana. Now if you do that, you're going to have to come back towards the front of the mat. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, step to plank. Step back to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Back to Tadasana. 2 more to go. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Flat back. Exhale, plant the hands. Step to plank. Walk back the hands if you want. Come to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way. Hands back by your side. Last one. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step to plank. This time from here, I'm not going to go back up. I'm just going to lower down. So drop the knees. Point the toes. Come all the way down. Now, have your hands right by your low ribs. I'm going to scoot down so you can see me a little better. I'm going to come this way so you're not blocked by Stella there. So, I want your hands back by your low ribs. And we're going to do 5 up dogs. So, on an inhale, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last one. Inhale up. This time, you're going to come to down dog. Take 5 long breaths here. Really nice, big, long inhales and exhales. As you press your hands into the mat, bend the knees a little bit, lift the hips as high as you can, press the chest back towards the feet. Keep pressing the hands, lengthening the side body. Last breath. And then you're going to lower your knees. Spread the knees wide. Come, let the toes come together. And come down to child's pose, either with the arms by your sides or in front, whichever is more comfortable. And take a few rounds of breath here. And then gently lift the head, come on back up. Reach your hands up. Inhale, come on up, curl your toes. Come back to down dog. And walk your hands all the way back to your feet into forward fold. Letting the head hang. Maybe you can grab your elbows here a little bit. Again, keeping the knees, keeping a slight bend in the knees so you're taking a little bit of the force out of your back here. Letting the head hang. And then letting go. And then as you come up, let each vertebrae rise up one at a time. Coming to a nice forward, nice standing pose. All right, now From here, we will do chair pose. I'm going to face you for this. First one. So have your feet either hip width, or again, let the toes be together and the heels slightly apart. Stand up nice and tall. Find those feet, those nice strong feet, the four corners, letting the toes be soft, letting the weight be in the feet, not the toes. And then out and inhale. Inhale the arms up, sinking the hips. Sinking the hips lower, weights in your heels, feet are strong. Keep the feet strong, lift the hands, lift the gaze up between the hands, lift the chest. Sink the hips a little bit lower. Two more breaths. And on an inhale, come on back up, lower the hands. Back to Tadasana. Now for next, I want you to have your feet hip width, parallel. And then you're going to come all the way down onto your toes on the ball of your feet. You're just in a squat. And then as you start to raise up and lift the hips, you're trying to bring your heels to the mat as soon as possible. And as soon as the heels touch, I want you to stop moving and keep the hips exactly where they are. So for me, as I start to come up, I'm going to lift my hips. I'm bringing my feet and my heels back, and now my heels are touching. So I stop here, and then from here I'm going to lift my arms, lift my chest, keeping my weight back towards my heels. My arms are fully extended. And then from here, keeping the hips, raise the arms up, coming back into chair pose as much as you can. Keep the hips down, lift the chest, lift the arms. Two more breaths. Then on an inhale, press the feet, raise up, lower the arms, and relax. All right. Now, in this case, for this pose, stand at the top of your mat. Feet are hip width apart. We're going to do a high lunge. So for high lunge, we want to really make sure that our feet are parallel. So I'm going to start by stepping the left foot back. And note that my toes and both feet are pointing right towards the front of the mat. If you have trouble balancing in this pose, you can make your feet a little bit wider. Spread, give yourself a little more space. Have the feet as far apart as you can to maintain balance. Then, bring your hands to your hips. Sink the hips, bend the front knee. Lift the chest, pull the chest back so you're nice and straight. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale the arms up. Steady breath. Let the gaze go up between your hands. Press the palms together. Bring your hands back to your heart center. On an inhale, take a big inhale. And exhale, rotate to the right. So you can do two kinds of twists here. You can stay upright as I am right now and just rotate around your belly button. Keeping this knee over the ankle, so this is not moving. Just rotate around. Alternatively, you could come down, hook the elbow, and rotate this way. Both are twists, both are valid. Steady breath. And come on back up, come back to center, nice and under control. Hands to your hips. On a big inhale, bring your weight forward, step back to the front of the mat. Same thing, other side, step the right foot back. So again, you want to make sure your feet are parallel, toes are both pointing to the front of the mat. Bend this front knee as much as you can, sink the hips, pull the chest back so you're nice and straight. You don't want to be leaning forward, you want to be nice and straight. Bring your hands to your heart center. Inhale the arms up. Steady breath. If you have trouble with balancing, if you let your gaze go up, don't let your gaze go up. It's not necessary. If you can bring your gaze up and maintain the balance, that's great. Do that, otherwise just stay where you are. Press the palms together. Bring your hands back to your heart center. And again, you can twist either way. You can rotate upright, keeping the twist coming right from your belly, rotating around your spine, not letting the twist go into the knee, or you can come down for a more traditional twist in high plank. Either one is good. Couple more rounds of breath. Then come back to center, under control. Bring your hands to your hips. On a big inhale, step forward, back to Tadasana. I'm going to turn the lights on in here. Hopefully that's better. All right. Now, come to the front of your mat again. I'm going to face this way for you. Come to a nice standing pose, Tadasana. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold, bending the knees, coming all the way down until you can come onto your hands and knees. And then step your right foot forward, and you'll be in a low lunge position, so your hands are on your hips. The back foot's pointing straight back, right knee over the right ankle. Hands to your heart center. So just as similarly as we did in the high lunge, inhale the arms up. And again, if you have trouble with balance here, you can just stay here, or you can let the gaze go up between your hands. Press the palms together. Bring the hands back to your heart center. And then again, we can do a little bit of a twist, rotating around the belly button, making sure you're keeping this knee stable. You don't want to be twisting like that. You want to keep that knee nice and strong over the ankle. Each inhale, you can lift up. Each exhale, you rotate a little more. And then slowly come back to center. Bring your hands down to the mat. Come back to both knees on the mat. From here, we're just going to do a couple rounds of cat-cow. Inhale and exhale. Making sure your shoulders are over your wrists. One more. Back to a flat back. Step the left foot forward. And again, make sure, see if you can get your toes straight. Left knee over the left ankle, palms together at your heart center. On an inhale, lift up, press the feet into the mat. Lift up out of your hips. Inhale the arms up. Let the gaze go up between the hands if it's appropriate for you. Press the palms together with energy. Bring the hands back to your heart center. Bring the hands to your mat. And come back to all fours. Now from here, you're going to come down to your forearms. Interlace your fingers. And we're going to do a sequence here. We're going to do a forearm plank. We'll come down. We're going to come back up into a forearm plank, go into dolphin. Come down, and then come back into a forearm plank. So, do about 5 breaths in each place. So, coming here, walk your elbows in nice and tight. Squeeze your fingers together. Step the feet back into a forearm plank. Take 5 nice long breaths here, reaching the crown of the head forward, pressing the heels back. So you're kind of pressing forward and back at the same time. Let the legs work. And then lower down. Pause for just a moment here. And then again, from here, curl the toes under. Come back, press up into forearm plank. And then press your hips up, walk your feet in. Walk the feet in as far as you can, any amount. Bend your knees, bend your knees. And then from here, with your knees bent, press your forehead, your chest towards your feet as you lift the hips up and press the heels down. And do that through a few rounds of breath. And you're going to walk the feet in another 1/4 inch maybe. Soften the knees. Press the hips up and back. And then to come out, walk the feet back. And release, come down. This is the hardest part. Well, should be working at this point. Okay, one more time. Curl the toes under. Inhale, press up to plank. 5 nice long breaths here. And again, maybe you have to come in and out of these a few times. You know, you listen to your body. It's not going to be the same for everybody. This is just your guide. One more breath. And release down, point the toes. Bring your forehead to the mat. Bring your hands by your sides. And then from here, slide your hands up, bending your elbows, letting your hands come near your hips, come up onto your fingertips. And then squeeze the elbows in. Squeeze them in. Squeeze the elbows. Notice when I squeeze the elbows, it's going to pull my shoulders back. So on an inhale, I'm going to lift my head, lift my shoulders, squeeze my elbows in, lifting the back up, pressing the tops of my feet into the mat. Couple more breaths. And then release down, come all the way down. Bring your head to your hands and rest for just a few breaths. from here, press on up, and you're going to make your way over to lie back. We're going to do a bridge pose here. So have your feet parallel, arms by your side. Walk your feet in as close to your butt as you can get it, keeping the feet parallel. So you don't want to be having your knees spread out. You want to keep those knees in. And then on an inhale, press the feet into the mat, lift the hips. Walk the shoulder blades under as you interlace your hands. If you can, you can use a belt or just keep the hands on the mat. Walk the feet in maybe a little bit more. Walk the shoulder blades in. Find your pose as you settle in for about 5 breaths here, or until you're done. So steady breath. Lift the hips any higher. Press the hands towards the floor, towards your heels. Two more rounds of breath. Release the hands, lower down slowly. And from here, extend the right leg out straight. Bring the left knee in towards your chest as you grab it. And just pull that up towards your shoulder. Keeping the right leg fully extended, pressing into the mat. And experiment with pulling on this knee. You can pull it towards your midline, towards your sternum. You can pull it way out to the side, in the middle. Just notice how that feels. Maybe just gently giving it a tug in each direction. And bring the right knee in. Grab both legs for just a moment. Rock back and forth. Holding on to the right knee, extend the left leg out straight. Press it fully into the mat. Nice and strong. And pull the right knee up towards the shoulder. And again, experiment with pulling that knee in a slightly different direction, very gently. No sudden movements. Just notice how the sensation changes as you move the knee back and forth a little bit. Feeling different sensation in maybe different parts of the hip. Again, bring the left knee in. Pull both knees into your chest. Rock back and forth. That's it. And then release the knees, feet back to the mat. Knees are bent. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. And this pose may be enough for you. And you can try walking this foot in a little closer, this left foot, and that might be enough to get sensation going in that outer right hip. But for some people, you may want more sensation. You might not even get any sensation doing that. So from there you can inhale, lift the left foot off the mat. Press that right ankle towards you. Reach through. Grab the back of the left thigh and pull that right ankle towards you as you press the right knee away from you. Few rounds of breaths here. Gently release the foot back to the mat. Uncross the legs. Cross the left ankle over the right knee. And again, that might be enough. Just stay like this. If you stay like this, press this left knee away from your body. Get more sensation. If you want more sensation, inhale, lift the right foot off the mat. Reach through, grab the back of the right thigh. Pull that left ankle towards you as you press the left knee away. And notice how one side will feel relative to the other. For me, my left side is much tighter than my right, so I really feel this in my outer left hip. Whereas on the right side, I really don't feel that same amount of sensation, so it's different. And everybody's bodies are a little different, and injuries have taken their toll over the years, or whatever it might be. Just bring the awareness, bring consciousness, and know that, every part of our body is a little bit different, and respect that. And then release the right foot down to the mat. Release the left leg. Extend the arms out to the sides. Cross the right leg over the left. And then walk that left foot in as close as you can. Inhale, lift the hips up a little bit, swing them over towards the right. And you're doing that so that the chest stays on the floor as much as possible, so that you're not just it's not just a roll over and your chest is filing up, and you're really trying to keep the back body on the mat. And so you're going to lift those hips. You could swing the hips a little bit over to the side, keeping this chest down, keeping the back in contact with the floor as you let the knees come down. And if you have a pillow or a block or anything like that, you can put, if when you try and bring your knees over, you're rolling over, right? You can slide a block right under here to support you so you don't go all the way, so that the right shoulder stays on the mat. Your gaze is going to turn to the right, letting you get a little bit of a twist through the neck as well. Letting the breath start to slow down. Bringing the head back to center. Bringing the hips back to center. Uncross the legs. And cross the left over the right. Walk the right foot in. Lift the hips. Swing them a little bit to the left as the knees fall to the right. Gaze goes out over the left fingertips. Letting the breath start to really slow down now. A little less forced breathing. Feel the twist from the core here. Some amount of twist in your belly, in your neck. Last breath. And then to come out, release, let the head come back to center. Let the knees come back to center. And we'll set up for Shavasana. So extend your legs out straight. Arms by your side. Find a comfortable position. If there's anything you want, put your socks on, or a shirt to be warm, or blanket, anything you want that will make you feel comfortable. Otherwise, once you're settled, sort of be in your Shavasana position. And take an inhale here, big long inhale, and let it all out. And then from here, let go of any steady breath. Let go of any even conscious breath. Just go back to your unconscious breathing, letting the breath be easy, simple, unforced. The eyes are closed. The body is feeling the effects of the practice. It's feeling the pull of gravity as you're lying on your mat. As you let the body know there's no work to do for a few minutes here as we do our final pose, corpse pose, Shavasana. As you lie still and allow the body to feel the quiet and the sense of stillness of Shavasana. We'll be in Shavasana for a few minutes. Keep your eyes closed, letting the quiet and stillness absorb into the body and into your mind. Shavasana. Begin to bring a little motion back into the body. toes, maybe the mouth, feet. And keeping your eyes closed, make your way to bend your knees and roll onto your right side. And then continuing to keep the eyes closed, make your way to a comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Acknowledge the intention you started this practice with. Bring a sense of love and gratitude into your heart. Namaste. Thank you for joining Stella and I in this practice, Stella and me. And I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.